now, live from the Steel Twins recording studio in beautiful Traverse City, Michigan, it's your boys, the Cannonball, the Cannon, the Steel Twins. What's up, everybody? It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means.
Before I continue, before I get along, wrong account, because the save data is on my account. So can you change that for me, please? Sorry.
This guy here he just killed it. All right. Really, I'm the one that messed it up. So, holy smokes.
Yep. Gotcha.
All right. What do I do about these messages?
Just ignore them.
All right, I'm not gonna look at them. So, welcome. Welcome. It is okay. So let's start that over again. What's up, everybody? It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means.
That's right. It's voice acting night, baby.
Yeah. So we're thinking that Wednesday nights are probably going to be the home of voice acting once again. Now, there is an important programming note here. Starting next Wednesday afternoon, my brother and I will be out of town. We will be on the Chris Jericho Rockin' Wrestling Rager at C6 on the beach. Did I get the full name right?
Yes, you did.
Good. So we will be on a cruise ship sailing for the Dominican Republic and back. We will be back in the Traverse City area on Tuesday night in the small hours in the morning to fully return on Wednesday, February 5th. So we might do voice acting next week, Tuesday night, and then transition to Wednesdays. So, and also don't forget, there's always Nostalgic Monday, and we're going to have Legend of Zelda Tuesday. Thursdays. Yep. And anything else that the package has up his sleeve, go ahead.
Yeah, Legend of Zelda Tuesday, Ratchet and Clank Thursday, and Super Mario Friday, and Hot Off the Steel Press Sunday after football gets over and done with. And I'm probably going to do a different game other than the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm probably going to do something like the lines of Dynasty Warriors 8, maybe, or maybe even Dynasty Warriors Origins.
Okay, yeah, we heard a lot of good things about Dynasty Warriors Origins. That just came out, and I might come up with a few random stream ideas myself. So, but the flagship show is here. That's what got us on the map, or at least that's what we've been doing the most often. And
we might
go ahead.
And should we have enough time, we'll probably come up with a stream we will do together on Saturdays.
Hey, I mean, if the shoe fits.
Something totally different though. We'll have to get our heads together and figure this out.
Saturday Night Fights? ?
Oh, that might be a good day. Maybe a Saturday Night Fortnite.
Hey, and if you out there in Facebook land, Twitch land, and YouTube land, anyone watching this stream or watching after the fact, if you happen to be listening to us two yap on and you have any ideas, we would love to hear about them. Go to the Facebook page and make a post. You can post a comment in any of our videos, especially YouTube, where the archives are, with any of your ideas, and we'll be able to. We will look at them. So
yeah, and we're taking requests too. So why not?
Absolutely. So, and I think the next episode and then the next project for voice acting, we're going to try and see if we can. There's this game out there. It's a Phoenix Wright clone. Called Tyrion Cuthbert. Yes.
Attorney of the Arcane.
Right. So you thought the Ace Attorney series was weird. This is Ace Attorney with magic. What?
Yeah, Ace Attorney meets Harry Potter, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, with a little Dungeons and Dragons mixed in, I suppose. So it's an interesting concept. I've seen videos about it, and I think it sounds interesting. I'd like to see where it goes. But I think we've prattled on long enough. We got to get on with this show, do we not?
Why not?
So, you know the drill. Grab your favorite drink. If you have a cap to your bottle or a pin on your can, you go ahead and pull that pin back or twist that cap off.
With a twisty twist.
Hey, package, what time is it?
It's time to get bombed.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, mate.
Who that hit the spot, Jack? All right.
You bet your ass.
All right. You bet your rumpus. Live scene. So let's get a listen to this music real quick. That's right. And again,
buddy.
There's only there's 2 games in here too. So we're only meeting like half the characters. So it's But I got a preview of Prosecutor's Gambit. I will tell you, I'm quite excited and intrigued. So it's kind of a continuation of the narrative. Oh damn! Yeah, so that's the embassy of Bahbal that's on fire. So, okay, so we are going to load.
Shi Long Lang pushes back.
That's right. Well, phrasing. So, grab a popcorn, grab your favorite chair, and it is time to resume. Turnabout ablaze.
Good news. The check cleared. It's go time. Folks who are on the chat, feel free to give us feedback. How's the stream going?
Yeah, and how do we sound? Are we lame? Is it screwed up?
Is it delayed? Who knows? March 14th, 7:44 p.m., Theatre Neutralis, lobby.
Uh-oh. What's... Count off! One. Okay, if you recall from the second episode, Shi Long Lang said, there aren't any numbers. Everyone is number 1. So, yeah.
Third ups. One.
Shifu, 99 callouts. Swan 99 members are most likely here and accounted for, sir. Hey, you. Yeah, you. The second number 1 from my right.
Sir, yes, sir.
Here, a birthday present for you.
What?
Shifu, I didn't know that you knew all of our birthdays.
What a kind heart you have. Shifu, you are more of a man than we'll ever be, sir. I'm really sorry, but it's not my birthday.
Where's the record scratch when you need it? Awkward. Long Z says, a cub who disrespects others soon feels the disciplinary bite of an elder. That present isn't for you. It's for your younger brother's wife's younger brother. What?
What?
Tell him I said hi and happy birthday, won't you?
Yes, sir.
Shifu, I can't believe you remembered that much about each of us.
Shifu, I'm so moved that I can't stop crying. Oh, God.
Up.
We should probably leave them to their alone time.
They're throwing the pretense right out the window.
Yep.
All right, meeting's over. Everyone, head for your posts. Dismissed. Sir!
Sir!
They cleared out pretty quick. Yo, were you guys here the whole time? I got a call from Shinon. She's already filled me in. Sounds like you're out to get in my way again.
I have absolutely no intention of interrupting your investigation. I simply request that you grant me permission to investigate the Albestian embassy.
Huh. What if I say no?
Objection!
Eisbruch! Agent Lang, this man is my subordinate. As I have received permission from the ambassador, he is to be extended the same rights.
Sorry, sis, but it's not that simple. Alabasta has the strictest immigration regulations in the world. Or didn't you know? Even among my elite men, about only half of them were admitted into the country. Besides, any more cooks in the kitchen, and we might spoil the soup if you get what I mean.
How dare you! How dare you make such assumptions!
Don't take this the wrong way, but I thought I was in charge of Alabasta, Ms. I'm gonna try that again. Don't take this the wrong way, but I thought I was in charge of Alabasta, Ms. Von Karma. Look, try to understand, okay? Things over in Alabasta are a bit of a mess right now.
What do you mean by a bit of a mess?
No one told you? We had an incident in Alabasta as well. Uh-oh, indeed. This is what we call a decision based on the investigation, Mr. Prosecutor.
Look, Wolfie, just let us in already.
Hold it.
Hold it! Is there a problem here, Agent Lang? Yeah, that's my idea for this guy.
Okay, he looks like it. He looks old as shit. Not really. Just having a discussion about whether or not to let these guys in.
Ambassador Alba, I ask that you please allow these people to join the investigation. Having a debate because of my country. I'm terribly sorry for placing you good people in that kind of situation. It is all because I like the strength to govern well. Please, it is nothing of the sort, Ambassador. You weakly quirkus, curse your frailty and inability to effect a change in your country.
God, he's kind of like me. He's just beating myself up. Anyway.
What are you? The thing is, investigations conducted in my country have been under Agent Lang. And it's my judgment that in order to minimize disruption in the investigation, I should leave everything up to Agent Lang.
There, you see?
Oh, no way!
Hold it.
Hold it! Oh, that's him.
Here we go. Ambassador Alba, I ask you to please reconsider letting him into Alabasta.
What's that?
My very own secretary has been murdered in the Bahbalese embassy, and he was apparently caught up in some very shady dealings, completely unbeknownst to me. So I ask for your cooperation in our investigation. These aren't much, but I hope they can cover your travel expenses to Bahbal someday. All right, I get it. Even if you beg Ambassador Alba, I still have to give the final okay anyway.
All right! You hear that, Mr. Edgeworth? We're in!
I don't know about that shit. Not so fast, my little crow girl. You're still a witness in the Bahbal murder. So I'd like you to please stay in the Republic of Bahbal.
Detective Gumshoe, please take good care of Kay for me.
Yes, sir. Sounds good to me. The fewer troublemakers, the better.
Yeah, that's the best rasp I could.
Yeah, it's probably like just...
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes?
So I wanted to ask for a while now, but... that lady over there, is she who I think she is?
Ah, that's right. I didn't introduce the two of you yet. Franziska Von Karma, the prosecutorial prodigy. It's nice to see you again.
Ooh, I knew it! You're the whip lady!
You may address me as Ms. Von Karma.
Ms. Von Karma, I leave the investigation of Alabasta in your hands.
Danke. Rest assured, I will outsmart both the smuggling ring and the other castle. The smuggling ring, huh? Perhaps I should ask Franziska a bit more about them before I head into Alabast.
And Blade King dropped into the chat to say hi. Hi, Blade King.
And I mustn't forget to thank Ambassador Palladino for all that he has done for me. Oops.
Oh,
That was
a little too late.
That's fine.
Well, let's thank him then.
Ambassador Palladino, I am in your debt.
No, it's nothing. Because it's about all I can do for you, I'm afraid. I only ask that you please bring Manny's killer to justice.
I will, Ambassador, on my honor.
Oh, you're so sensational. You really piqued my curiosity. I know they aren't much, but I know that I'm giving them to you wholeheartedly. Oh my God, more coupons.
No, that's quite all right.
How about this then? Ink?
The Bahbal's ink. And what exactly is it?
It's fountain pen ink. Known as Bahbal's ink, it's made exclusively in Bahbal.
So this is Bahbal's ink.
We make it from wet crystal oil, which is mined through our mineral mines. Please accept this ink. One dip of your fountain pen in this, and you could write for hours in your organizer.
How fortunate for me. The ink in my pen just happened to have run out. I gladly accept your gracious gift. Bahbal's ink data jotted down in my organizer. Special wet crystal oil based ink. Limited export because of some specific reason.
And I'm pretty sure we're going to get to that reason at some point. Great. Wonderful. I guarantee to you that writing with our ink is an unforgettable experience. And since we don't export it, if you run out, you're always welcome to come and visit our fair nation.
Talk about cornering the customer along with the market.
All right, let's
talk to you, Franziska. You made so much progress in your investigation in such a short period of time. It's truly amazing.
Agent Hicks, whose help I had requested, was cut down before he completed his task.
All right.
There is no room for further failure in my perfect investigation.
In spite of that, I believe you were able to obtain some insight into the ring, correct?
It was nothing. I simply made some deductions based on the smuggler's item I was following.
You mean the Bahbal's ink? But why are there restrictions on the export of Bahbal's ink to begin with?
That's classified Interpol info.
Hold it! Franziska, as your subordinate, I'm a part of your investigation now. Don't you think it would be beneficial if I was as well informed as you?
Point taken. Very well, sehr gut. I'll fill you in. Recently, we discovered some very well-made counterfeit bills circulating in Shekfa.
Ah, counterfeit money.
Oh boy. Counterfeit bills?
Yeah, as you may have deduced, the counterfeit are being made with Bahbal's special Bahbal's ink.
Oh, now it's starting to get a little bit more intense.
Yeah, buddy.
And it's virtually impossible to distinguish bills made with Bahbal's ink from real ones. Thus, it was only natural for Interpol to keep an eye on the Republic of Bahbal.
Bahbal's ink data updated in my organizer. Special wet crystal oil based ink, limited export because of its use in counterfeiting.
Now, it's wet crystal oil, right? So I wonder if it burns differently than regular federal paper.
We should find out soon enough, but
Yeah.
I think it does.
I mean, it's from a movie, dude. I remember that very well.
That's where this document comes into play, correct?
Correct. Herr Coachen was smuggling large amounts of Bahbal's ink. Furthermore, he was charged with running the embassy's printing equipment. That's all the evidence I need to know that he was the head of the smuggling ring.
There must be some more than that.
Yeah, there's a lot of information we need to get. Anyway.
However, there remains only one tiny problem.
Let me guess. You still have yet to find the counterfeit bills or the smuggled ink.
Yeah, I'm far for listing things. I might as well add the counterfeit page to this pile. Since we haven't been able to locate any of these items in the Bahbalese embassy, we're looking into the Alabastian embassy next. It doesn't matter if they're hidden. Mark my words, I will find them.
Counterfeit bills data jotted down in my organizer. Made with Bahbalese ink, they are in circulation in Zhangfa. It's hard to tell they're fake. Well, shall we get going?
Hold it.
Hold it!
What's wrong, Kay?
I didn't get permission to enter Alabast. So we're going to go gather whatever info we can over the Bahbalese side, okay?
All right, I'm counting on you two.
Right. And I'm counting on you and Ms. Von Karma to sniff out clues in Alabast. Oh, and Mr. Edgeworth, if you happen to come across my phony, you let me know, okay? If you tell me, I'll rush on over straight away no matter where you are.
I'll let you know when the time comes. All right, then.
How much you want to bet we run straight into her? Uh-oh. Whoa! There's another guy on the floor.
March 14th, 8:17 p.m., Alabastian Embassy, Ambassador's Office.
What the hell? He's wearing a masked Damask outfit.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. It's not our old friend, is it?
No, I don't think so. It's probably somebody different.
Whoa!
Sure. What do you think you're doing to my subordinate? Sure. Hey!
You're...
No way.
Uh-oh. Edgy! Oh, thank you heavens you're here.
Not this guy.
Yeah, when something smells, it's usually the butts.
Oh my God.
I'm in a really, really big pickle, your lordship. The raven, it appeared, poof, and then disappeared, swoosh. And though I am the steel samurai, my sword, it... I'm so confused. I don't know what anything means anymore.
Who is this fruitcake?
I am Larry of the House of Butts, married man of Neo Tokyo, milady.
Now I remember. This person is one of your friends, isn't he, Miles?
Yes, friendly enough, he is. Hey, what's up with that answer? Your best bud is in a bind, and you act like it's no big deal. What sort of bind are we talking about here? It's a suspect kind. I accidentally became a suspect in a murder. I see. That is quite the bind.
Not that we're in the least bit surprised.
Yes, I pretty much expected this news. From the instant I saw this unlucky face.
Oh my God.
His name is Larry Butts. I've known him since grade school, and for as long as I've known him, he has been the world's largest source of trouble with a capital T. Plot with a capital P-U.
Yeah.
Hey, what kind of introduction is that? You're so mean, Edgy. If you're not careful, you might find your tiny number of friends get it down by one. That was uncalled for. Besides, you're... Wait, hold on. Larry! It was you? You're the one who wrote my Steel Samurai autograph?
Oh no. Of course. Mr. Steel Samurai Daddy, married man of Neo Tokyo. God damn it.
Oh my God.
Oh, God.
Oh, didn't notice earlier? I winked at you through my headpiece.
What's going on? And why are you beat red?
Sorry. Could you not speak to me right now?
Hold it. Oh, sorry. Am I interrupting your comical yet melodramatic play?
Aha! So this is the incident you mentioned earlier.
Mr. Prosecutor, this man, this childhood friend of yours, is our prime suspect. Of what, you ask? Of the murder of a man who had snuck into this embassy, masked Damask the Second.
Mask the Second?
Can we break out the sad trombone again? God damn it. This sucks. I'm just kidding. Anyway.
Only Larry could get himself into yet another mess as fine as this. But no matter what the facts seem to say, Larry is not the type to commit murder. Still, it's a rather daunting stroke of misfortune I've struck. I have to prove that Larry Butts is innocent of all wrongdoing.
Shifu, we've identified the victim. Good work. I'll take that report now.
Agent Lang, would you mind if I took a peek at it as well?
What did I tell you earlier, Mr. Prosecutor? Don't get in my way. There's only enough flesh here to feed one wolf, and that one is me. So no, you may not take a peek.
But Agent Lang!
Hold it. Hold it. Oh boy, here we go. Agent Lang, will you allow an investigator such as myself to take a look? Yes, of course. You, let the detective see the file.
You're Detective Bad!
You're the prosecutor, Mr. Edgeworth, right?
Fancy meeting you here, Detective.
You weren't expecting me? Ever since that day 7 years ago, I've chased after the Yatagarasu non-stop. I even pressured Interpol into keeping me in the loop, in case a card was ever found.
What incredible dedication to the case!
Detective Bad knows the Yatagarasu's M.O. very well, and his passion for the chase hasn't died down in these 7 long years. It's something I can respect. But Detective Bad, I must ask, are you gonna make an ally out of this prosecutor? My only goal is to arrest the Yatagarasu. If he can get to the bottom of this case, then I'm willing to share info with him.
I am in your debt, Detective Bad.
Initial investigation.
About the murder of Matt Damask II, would you be willing to fill me in on a few of the details?
When the Yatagarasu showed up, Agent Lang and I took ourselves off guard duty and put ourselves in charge of directing things at this crime scene. Taking advantage of the chaos, Damask II, he broke into this embassy. Probably to steal some treasure or another.
And I suppose he lost his life when he was forced to fight someone else in this room?
Suspect.
Why exactly was that man placed under arrest, Detective?
That samurai?
He was born looking suspicious, but not for the reasons you suspect, I assure you. As you can plainly see, he is completely harmless.
Well, it was just a random guess. It's not like he's actually under arrest. Tonight, here at the Alabastinian Embassy, Ambassador Alba was to give a commemorative speech, and that's when the Yatagarasu showed. But keep in mind, the Yatagarasu isn't who I'm talking about right now. Those seats, for the guests who had been called to sit in them, were empty.
A no-show? Who was it that failed to take their seat?
The Steel Samurai. Until the speech was to begin, each member of the entire Steel Samurai family was to wait in a separate room. However, for some weird reason, that man was spotted in a different location than his assigned room at that time.
And where was he?
He was on the roof with one of his legs down a chimney. That chimney leads directly into this room. Larry, what the hell are you doing? You
Oh
dumbass.
my God. Larry Butts, you've really outdone yourself this time. What were you thinking? In any case, I believe it's high time for me to start my investigation.
Begin investigation. Albustinian
Alabastian Embassy, Master's office.
I'll
Take a
talk
look.
to the agent, really. No matter how hard you try, you'll never be a necessity in our Shifu's investigation.
Is that a fact? But no matter how good he is bound to overlook something.
Huh. If you insult our Shifu, then prepare to be punished.
Oh, and how exactly would you punish us?
Every investigator under Shifu's command will work to disrupt your investigation.
Vindictive much?
Okay, let's talk to Agent Lang. Hang on. You did some investigating over in the Bahbal's embassy too, right?
I did. Is there a problem?
Long Shi says a wolf who aims to hunt for 2 rabbits at once.
I believe the idiom you require is, he who runs after 2 hares will catch neither.
A real wolf can catch both.
I see. So what are you trying to say, seeing as how I am currently handling 2 cases?
Suit yourself, but don't say I didn't warn you. Okay, so let's look at this.
The counterpart to the Bahbal's butterfly is the Albustinian flower. Alabastian flower.
The butterfly and flower, they're both lovely things. But can we interpret this to mean that Alabast provides honey to Bahbal?
Franziska, can't you come up with a more meaningful or profound comment?
Ha! Very well. So good then. Let's hear what sort of profound comment you can come up with.
Well, flowers cannot survive without the butterflies that spread their pollen. And butterflies cannot live without the nectar that flowers provide. If either one were to disappear from the equation, neither would survive. How was that, Ms. Von Karma?
Your explanation took so long that I nearly fell asleep. Well, let's continue the investigation.
Franziska, why can't you just admit I had something there? Take a look at that weapons rack.
Yeah, that's one of the first places I looked too.
There are some weapons on display on this wall. A crossbow, and under that, a set of knives bearing a flower motif. They must be the counterparts of the Bahbal's knives. Which means that the blades inside these scabbards should match the blade that was used to kill Mr. Coachen. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny.
Now here's the suspicious thing you need to see first. Look at that spear.
Yeah, it's bent, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It's the Steel Samurai's primary weapon, the samurai spear. Isn't it awesome? I totally fell for this thing. It's sleek and shiny, just like my heart. It comes at you like whoosh. When you hold it, you just want to live life like bam. You do well to watch what you say, Larry. Although, it's just as Larry says, the spear is quite the symbol of valor. However, speaking of spears, aren't you supposed to use them by thrusting the point straight into your opponent? I'm not entirely convinced this spear is up to the task. What's wrong, Edgy? You're just staring off into the distance. Oh, I get it. Tell you what, I'll tell the studio to make you one, okay? But this one's mine. Did I say anything about wanting one? Maybe I can shut him up if I show him the piece of evidence that will point something out about the spear.
Okay. Well, what kind of evidence would there be? Let's see. There's the other
statue.
Maybe.
Oh, what about the other statue? Take a look at that.
All right.
I can spot absolutely no difference between this prima duck statue and Bahbal's.
The statue's face looks a bit like the custom hero you like so very much. I really wonder why you Americans have such an affinity for this kind of face.
The statue wasn't made by an American, you know. At least I don't suppose so.
All right. Well, here, let's look at these knives.
Knives adorned with flowers are on display here. I suspect that these are the counterparts to the Bahbalese knives. The blades of these knives should match the blade of the knife that killed Mr. Coachen. Whoa. One of the knives is missing its blade.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Let's see if the two pieces of the blade and handle fit each other.
It would appear that they fit together quite well, almost seamlessly.
Then this means that an Alpestian knife did find its way into Bahbal. But how?
So at least we
How
got
indeed?
that much.
Why is there a weapon on display in a place like this?
I wonder why there are no whips on display here.
What about that chia pet? Quercus
chia pet.
albus.
I did see that, by the way.
What is that plant supposed to be?
Franziska, can't you see that it's supposed to be a likeness of Ambassador Alba?
Miles Edgeworth, as a subordinate, you have a lot of nerve telling me what to seek. I look forward to your salary assessment next month.
You are deluding yourself if you think you have any control over that.
So
What are you
can
going to deduce? Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? The card. What about the card? Because the spear is straight. Look at the card. Nope, that's not. The condition of this here is related to this piece of evidence.
I don't see how they're related in any way.
Franziska, this is not like you at all. Don't tell me that you don't understand the meaning behind this piece of evidence.
Well, I don't.
I suppose I have no choice then. I'll just have to explain it to you from the beginning.
What you should be doing from the very beginning is admitting your mistake.
She saw right through me.
All right, so
Told
wait a
you it was
minute.
that.
Now, card. Which one?
I'm talking about
Oh
this.
my God. Okay.
The autograph.
Yeah, that's true.
Eureka! Larry, about this spear. Oh, you feeling it? Bam! I thought there was something strange about this spear. Tell me, Larry, is it just me or is the spear a bit bent? What? No way! It's exactly as it should be, yo! I have here the autograph you wrote for me earlier. Now take a good look at this which you drew with your own hands. You can see that the spear is clearly of a different shape. What do you have to say to that? I'm sorry! When I held the spear in my hands, all of a sudden I feel super powerful. And then during practice, I was spinning it around and around, and bam! It hit the wall!
Hold it.
Hold, moment, man! You unbelievable! This is an embassy!
But I've always been like that, ever since I was a kid. One time on an overnight field trip, I bought a fake sword and played with it late that night.
Sure you did.
I'm just a useless, hot-blooded man. Larry, clarify that for me, will you? Okay, so it's a field trip, and I begin to shadow fight with myself. Not that. I meant what you said earlier about spinning the spear and hitting the wall. Oh, that. It's no biggie. It's not like I left a hole or anything.
He probably did.
That's not why I'm asking, Larry. The samurai spear is made of metal. I somehow doubt that a move as simple as spinning it around would cause it to bend. Man, Edge, you're so naive. What? Where did that come from? Well, you keep calling the samurai, you keep calling it the samurai spear, but it's not real. You can't really fight someone with it because it's hollow on the inside.
Oh.
You could hit it against practically anything and it would bend. Is that so? Don't tell me you thought it was real. Oh, but don't take it the wrong way. I just think that part of your personality is cute.
I see. Your friendship truly is something special, Miles Edgeworth.
Phrasing.
Phrasing. That's not friendship. It's utter humiliation. Samurai spear data jotted down in my organizer. Weapon that's used on stage. Larry hit it against the wall and bent it. It's hollow.
Now that might actually that might be very important coming forward.
Oh,
it
yes.
Might be. So, okay. So,
let's check out that statue.
Okay, so
yeah,
this
that's There was the exact same statue sitting in that Bob Lee's office we examined.
It's the prima duck statue. It was the national treasure of the Principality of Cordovia. There was only one of these statues, meaning that one of the two is a replica. But both Alabast and Bahbal claim to have the real thing.
What an incredibly childish fight to have. Alabast prima duck statue data jotted down in my organizer. Both countries claim to own real one, national treasure. Only ambassador and secretariat can touch. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny.
So this over here, look at that.
It's a prima duck statue. There was one of these on the Bob Lee side as well.
I hear it's very valuable and made of pure gold. It was the national treasure of Cordovia. There was only one of these statues, meaning that one of the two is a replica. But both Alabast and Bahbal claim to have the real thing and won't budge from their claim.
What an incredibly childish fight to have.
All right, I guess maybe there is nothing.
What's this? The counterpart to the Bob Lee's butterfly is the Alabastian flower.
The butterfly and flower, they both love these things. But can we interpret this to mean that Alabast provides honey to Bahbal?
Franziska, can't you come up with a more meaningful or profound comment?
So good then, let's hear what sort of profound comment you can come up with.
Well, flowers cannot survive without the butterflies that spread their pollen. And butterflies cannot live without the nectar that flowers provide. If either one were to disappear from the equation, neither would survive. How was that, Miss Von Karma?
Your explanation took so long that I nearly fell asleep. Well, let's continue the investigation.
Franziska, why can't you just admit I had something there?
Okay, well, that's weird. There's still something here. Okay,
look down, I think. Can you look down? Or no? Check the weapons track.
Oh, yeah, sure.
There was almost the exact same wall mount for the knives on the Bob Lee side. But I can't see any of the details from this distance.
Okay, there you go.
Okay,
So
that's it.
All
Go
right,
back.
okay, let's look. Okay, this clock. See if we can. I'm just curious about it.
What is that print supposed to be?
Franziska, can't you see that it's supposed to be a likeness of Ambassador Alba?
Sure. Miles Edgeworth, as a subordinate, you have a lot of nerve telling me what to think. I look forward to your salary assessment next month.
You are deluding yourself if you think you have any control over that.
Okay, so maybe not.
What's that other plant down there? There was a magnifying glass where you look at those trees.
Okay.
There are decorative plants here as well. This room is overflowing with nature.
Humans used to live in the grandeur of nature once long ago. I believe I'm not mistaken in thinking that those people truly love nature.
This is coming from a man who loves shows featuring costumed actors.
She just had to go there again, didn't she?
Okay. So, all right. You know what? Let's look at the body.
Yeah. So this is the victim Damascus second.
What is with his gaudy outfit?
You don't know about Mask to Mask? A few months ago, This thief caused a lot of havoc on the populace.
This thief is separate from the other castle?
I thought they were for a while, because their MO and targets were different. Damask likes high-value trinkets and jewels, and being gaudy is his signature. Gumshoe is in charge of that investigation, so he'd know more about Damask.
That's right. All let's probably hear are tales of his failure anyway.
You haven't changed a bit, I see.
In any case, let's get started here, shall we? I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny.
So first of all, I gotta look at this blood stain.
So this is a murder weapon in this case.
There's blood on the blade. It's a rather sweeping sword, isn't it?
What did you expect? It's Steel Samurai Daddy's secondary weapon. I only call it his secondary because although he uses his sword in most of his battles, it's his trusty samurai spear that he turns into a real fight.
That he turns to in a real fight, but yep,
That
anyway.
he turns to in a real fight, yes.
You sure know quite a bit about the Steel Samurai.
That's only because I saw the stage show earlier.
Bullshit.
You're a fanboy. The owner of this sword is a Steel Samurai, or in other words, Larry. I should probably ask him about it, as detrimental as it is proving him innocent. Samurai sword data jotted down in my organizer. Weapon that's used on stage is thought to be what killed Damask II.
I wonder if the sword is hollow too. Because remember, Trucy had a rubber sword. Okay, what's this thing in his hand?
What is he holding? It looks like a piece of paper from a notepad.
Okay, Alabaster Prima Deck statue, 5th floor, ambassador's office. Uh-oh, it was a mark.
It would appear that directions on how to reach this room were written by hand. There's something written on the back as well.
I'd like you to steal the prima doc statue in this room. What is that supposed to mean? Who writes a note to themselves like that?
They don't. So who wrote it?
If I had to guess from the text, I would say that this is actually a request from someone about what to steal. Just who is the person that requested the theft of the Prima Doc statue?
I would have to say the Bahbalese ambassador, Palermo.
Palermo.
Eleno. Because I mean, you know, cause so he can try to see if they got the fake or not. I don't know.
Mass II's note data jotted down in my organizer. Request for the theft of the Prima Doc statue with a map to where the statue is.
Okay.
Now, the hat, the body, whichever one you want to look. I thought that Damask had quit the business.
This guy, he's just a copycat using the name, a phony successor. He's just another petty thief. His real identity is an out-of-work guy by the name of Kashi Nu. He's 29 and wanted on larceny charges.
In case you're wondering about the pun, casino.
Kashi Nu. God damn it. Anyway, from his clothes and what he was carrying, we determined that this guy is the real Damask II.
The cause of death appears to be loss of blood from the back of his head.
Maybe he banged his head on something.
It seems that he was struck with something very hard.
Anyway.
In other words, he was bludgeoned to death.
Right, so maybe so they painted the sword to make it look like he got stabbed, but he got whacked. Okay, what is this?
There's not a single shred of fashion sense in Damask's costume.
Well, at least I can appreciate the great effort he must have put into making it.
You two don't know? You can buy this costume almost anywhere now.
It's being sold? Since when?
Since around New Year's, the streets are practically flooded with them. Turns out Damask is a lot more popular than I thought he'd be.
I can't believe that foolish fool would dress in fool's clothing to act foolishly.
We got your point about three foolishes back, Franziska.
So, okay. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. So there's this, and then there's the hat.
What's that paper? See that?
This paper.
I suppose this was the wrapping cloth the masked second used to carry his stolen goods. But there's nothing wrapped in it now. I guess he never did manage to get his hands on whatever it was he was out to steal.
Oops. Okay. Okay, the hat was part of his uniform. So let's see. So that's checked off. What about this desk?
The person shaking hands with the Steel Samurai in this picture is Ambassador Alba.
Hey, wait a
It was
second.
taken just before.
What are you saying?
I'm just I don't know why, but I got this. So look at this. There's a glass over the knives. The golden statue is sparkling, and it's
There's a helmet on it.
Yeah, there's a helmet on it, and it's facing a different direction. Anyway,
It was taken just before the murder.
The Steel Samurai must be very popular. They're even using the National Treasure as backdrop.
I just don't understand. What exactly is so great about Top Knot there?
Clearly, there is a depth to this show that a young person like you can't fathom.
oh my God, stop!
Speaking of young people, aren't young children the target audience of this show of costumed actors?
Photo with Steel Samurai data jotted down in my organizer, taken in front of Alba's statue before murder.
Yeah, it's different.
That may be the piece of evidence you want to deduce that statue with. Or not really.
Well, I mean,
No.
Later on. So that's good. There's a fireplace here.
It's a fireplace, and by the looks of it, I don't think it's been used recently.
Yes, I can't say that I see anything unusual about it.
All right. Well, so there's a
yes.
window here.
Two gorgeous flowers are in full bloom here.
What's that glowing thing in the middle, though? That looks weird.
Yeah, what about the hole, the dirt
There's-
patch?
There's two of them. They might have pulled two of them up. Who knows?
I'm sure flowers as lovely as these must have an equally as lovely name.
Miles Edgeworth, are you done staring? I should hardly think passion flowers are all that rare.
Passion flowers? That's a rather unusual name.
It was named by priests in the 15th century for the Passion of Christ.
As they say, you learn something new every day. Passion flowers data jotted down in my organizer so that I remember its name. Two large flowers in bloom. The vines are supported by stakes and are still growing.
Who knows? That might be an important piece of evidence. Oh, look at this desk.
This must be Ambassador Alba's desk.
His notebook is open on his desk. He must have been in the middle of some important work. Sapling growth log. It finally sprouted today.
Funny, it doesn't look like important work to me.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and deduce that real quick, because we checked everything off. So
What about
weird.
the,
Oh, we haven't talked to Larry yet.
I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold?
Yeah, the position of the statue is different.
Eureka! Look at this photo and tell me what you find odd about this scene, Miss Von Karma.
The apparent joy in the ambassador's face as he shakes that top-knot hand?
That's not it. I was trying to point out that the statue in the photo is facing a different way.
You're right.
This statue is a national treasure. As such, only an ambassador or a secretariat-level person is allowed to handle it. The fact that the statue is facing one way in this photo, and now it's facing a different direction in this preserved crime scene, is proof that someone touched the statue around the time of the crime. Oh, wait a minute. Larry must have hit the statue with that spear.
Oh, you
Alabaster
dumbass.
Alabaster Prima Duck statue data updated in my organizer. Both countries claim to own. Real one. National treasure. Signs it was moved during the murder.
Oh, you dumbass.
I guess that about wraps up my investigation. That's...
What the fuck?
What the? Yo, Pink Princess, how you feeling? Still feeling ill? I think I know who it is under there, but
And yet another strange character comes out as a woodfuck.
and so the Pink Princess also comes to pay the Alabestian embassy a visit. I believe I may need to speak with her as well. Let's talk to her.
Okay, so let's talk to Larry.
wanna talk to Larry?
Let's see if he knows.
Larry, there are a few things I need to ask you about. Hey, how about that? I got a few things I gotta ask you too. What is it? It's like both you and him. How is it that the two of you always manage to have some cute or hot girl by your side? And Francie, what about that promise you made to me?
Promise? What promise?
Bridge to the Turnabout. Check it out in the archives.
Oh yeah. The one where you said you would model for my next book, Francie's Whippity Whip Trip. Yo!
I made no such promise.
Ever since grade school, we've had a certain saying about Larry. When something smells, it's usually the butts. One needs to look no further than this man to find the king of troublemakers.
Steel Samurai.
Steel Sam. As I recall, aren't you calling yourself Larice Donham now? That's Donham! Larice Donham! Get that straight in your head, Edgy.
Yeah.
Oh!
Now I remember. You're the rude, pale imitation of a real artist.
No, you got it all wrong. I gave up on that whole Larice business. Besides, when Bangelina left me and my heart in pieces, that's when Mindy walked into my life. She's been so good to me that I wanted to help her in some way. And I figured I could through the Steel Samurai outfit.
Your inane blathering makes less and less sense each time we meet.
I believe he's saying that he picked up this part-time job as a Steel Samurai so that he may attempt to capture the heart of the actress who plays the Pink Princess. You got it. I knew you'd know what I meant, Edgy.
Jeez.
Not really. It's not so much as I understood, but a simple deduction based on your usual modus operandi, Larry.
Time to murder.
Larry, I'd like you to confess right now to everything you did tonight. Confess? Hey, don't tell me you suspect me too! Nonsense. I don't believe you have the mental acuity needed to plan and execute a murder. However, we're talking about you here, so I find it hard to believe that nothing happened. For past experience has taught me that you are always at the center of some insane event. Edgy, how can you be so mean, stabbing me with your words like that? Unfortunately, I don't have the time to search out a key to unlock your heart this time. So I suggest that you cooperate and tell me what you know. Okay, I get it. Just stop Francie from whipping me from behind.
Phrasing.
So, I guess you know what I did, right, Edgy? I can't even begin to imagine. However, I imagine that whatever you were up to was probably beyond my imagination. So you will tell me what exactly you did, Larry. Nope, not yet, Edgy. I'll take more than that to loosen my lips. It'll take more than that to loosen my lips.
Yeah.
A lot more!
Confess now.
Okay. Well, I was up on the roof. And why exactly were you up there? You know, that wintry costume in the Legendary Hero?
Legendary?
Hero? Santa Claus!
Okay, can we hit me one more time with that thing? God damn it. Okay.
Santa?
Claus? I wanted to do that thing he does, so I climbed into one of the chimneys. But when I got there was smoke pouring out of the chimney. were smoking out of the chimney when Larry thought to climb down it.
Now, so that means the fireplace was in use.
And? Well, I couldn't go down the chimney with smoke coming up, right? So I gave up. Objection! Larry, you do realize that Santa Claus does not exist, right?
Way to kick him right in the dick.
Of course I know. I did graduate from junior high, you know. And you should also understand this. If Santa was real, he would be the biggest unlawful trespasser in history. Oh, crud! It is your attempt to imitate Santa that has landed you as prime suspect in this murder. Come on, man. What's so wrong with pretending to be Santa? Objection! Let's start with the fact that it will be the Ides of March in a matter of hours. Santa only visits homes on December 24th. That's in December, you nitwit! No! Hey, wait a sec. We're not in court.
Jesus, murder weapon.
Larry, about the samurai sword that was used as the murder weapon. Oh, that. Well, I shook hands with the ambassador in this room, you know. Yes, apparently you did. And well, I totally forgot about it and left it behind when I was left afterwards. You want to talk about shock? I was the most shocked of all when I heard it killed someone. Yeah! Shocked!
Foolish fool, looking especially foolish for foolishly stating such a foolish excuse. You forgot to take something that big with you? Who would believe such a tale?
Hold it! Sorry, Ms. Von Karma, but I believe him. Because if anyone could forget something like that, it would be Larry.
So actually him being a complete doofus actually protects him here.
Edgy! You believe me! I just knew that our friendship was something special. Anyway, even if Larry had simply forgotten the sword and left it behind, that in no way clears his name. Which means that I will have to prove his innocence from a different angle.
All right.
Okay.
Can we present something by chance?
That treasure map?
This here?
Yeah. Larry, I wonder if you might know what this is. Nope, not a clue. You didn't even look at it. Nah, it's because the only thing I can see right now is the form of my lovely Francie.
Oh, in that case, allow me to help you sear my form into you for all eternity.
Whippity whip trip! Now this is a trip I'm willing to endorse, especially if we can finally get some peace here.
Okay. So, all right, let's talk to the lady.
Miss Pink Princess, I have a few questions I'd like to ask you. Miss Pink Princess, if you would please answer.
Oh, no!
Me! This must be what they call fate. How could this happen 2 days in a row? What the? Aren't you Miss Obag? Why are you so surprised? So you're the one that got to play the Steel Samurai. It's too bad I didn't realize it until now. You are acquaintances with Larry? Well, yes, we worked at the same company for a little while, you know.
They sure did. Yep.
The security.
Call back to the stolen turnabout.
Oh, yeah. That's why it's okay, my edgy poo. You don't need to be jealous. Yo! I was in the next room, you know, trying to get in some beauty sleep. But it was so noisy here that I couldn't fall asleep, so I came over to complain. So imagine my shock when I saw my precious edgy poo waiting here for me. I mean, who could have imagined that you would ever come to a show like this? I guess I've misjudged you, Edgy Poo.
You misjudged him?
I thought he was trying to avoid me, you know. That was no misjudgment on your part. That's precisely what I was trying to do. But it looks like the winds have shifted and he's now willing to be chased after. I'm simply overwhelmed. Don't you worry, Ajibu. I chased you forever, to the ends of the earth.
Isn't that just peachy?
This is one of those rare times when Franziska and I actually see eye to eye.
All right, talk.
Now then, what are you doing here? I thought you were working at Gatewaterland as a pink badger. What are you talking about? That was ages ago. That was yesterday. Look, I worked at Global Studios before, a long time ago, right? Well, they called me up this morning, kind of out of the blue, actually.
They called you?
Apparently, the girl who plays the Pink Princess collapsed from a bad cold. It happened so suddenly, so they called me in to be her last-minute replacement. Do they not have enough people on staff at that studio? I really couldn't say no, so here I am, playing the role of the heroine. Instead of that Mindy girl, I mean. But the poor girl, I feel bad for her. Because they let me stand in for her. She's going to have a terrible time when she returns. I mean, I say when we simpletons. But they let me stand in for her. She's going to have a terrible time when she returns. I mean, I'm not exactly great at reading that stage for the use. Plus, I was called in to be a stand-in at the very last second. So I tripped over all the most important lines. It's the ragdolls to the shuriken, hit the steel samurai shit of the enemy, and the audience was in an uproar. But as an event-grade actress, they forgive me because I tell you they're really just a bunch of simpletons.
You're a rather lively old lady.
So basically, you received a stand-in request this morning, correct? You got it. If you need to see it, I got it right here. Look.
It appears that she is telling the truth.
Stand-in request data jotted down in my organizer. Request from Ms. Oldback to stand in for Mindy, the Pink Princess, actress who fell ill. I tell you, I find I can move the entire audience to tears.
Tears of laughter, probably. Alex Michael has liked the stream. Thank you so much,
Yay.
buddy. So,
Yeah, buddy.
Can we take a look at that? Oh, I can't read it. Never mind.
Yes, tears of laughter, as I recall. You called it, brother. But being famous has its problems too, you know. Here, take a look at this. Huh? It's a letter from a stalker.
Huh?
I was just taking my break when I found this stuck under the door to my room.
Wendy, huh? I'll be descending on you from above tonight, your loving night. So first of all, the person who wrote this letter knows her name. Larry had no idea that the Pink Princess was Wendy. Oh, well, hold on. No. No, that's Mindy, not Wendy. That gives the dot on the I. So that is Larry's note.
Yeah. Oh, honestly, you really have to watch out for these kinds of things. Look at what it says. Wendy, I'll be descending on you from above tonight, your loving night. How absolutely revolting. I mean, you'd think he could get my name right. There's no accent in my name. Wait, this horrible handwriting. Where have I seen this before? But now that you're here, Edgy Poo, I feel 100% safe. Huh? Where do I factor into this? You'd bust that evil stalker man for my sake, wouldn't you, Edgy Poo? Well, if you allow me the liberty to handle this in my own way, I'll gladly dispatch a detective to your house later. Oh, come on, Edgy Poo. Stop being so dismissive and playing hard to get. Letter from a stalker data jotted down in my organizer from Ms. Oldback has mistakes from bad penmanship.
I know exactly who I'm showing this letter to. Anyway, okay, time of murder.
What were you doing at the time of the crime? What crime?
Well, there you go. That's the best way to answer that question.
What? After the show was over, I had nothing but free time on my hands. So I used the fireplace in the room next door to keep my bad hip warm at the time of the crime. There we go. See? That's how you connect the dots.
Well, a murder occurred in the room right next to yours.
Is that right? Oh, Edgy Boo, I'm so scared. Hold me, caress me. Hold it. If you could please not cling onto my personage.
In any case, I take it since you failed to show up at Ambassador Alba's speech.
Oh, no, I didn't go. I mean, I may have the heart of a young tender maiden, but my body just refuses to cooperate at times. As soon as the show ended, my hips started acting up and got stiff. I couldn't move at all. Can you provide proof of your condition? Oh, you just go on ahead and ask the doctors in the infirmary. They're the ones who carried me from the theater all the way to this embassy. I have to admit, the thought of her not being able to leave that room is rather pleasant.
Franziska Von Karma, I've brought the police dog as you requested, sir.
Missile!
Yay!
Good work. You may leave now, officer.
This dog.
I've requested the assistance of a dog in her search for the Yatakarasu.
the Easter eggs just keep on coming.
Yeah, and if you'll look...
Go ahead.
Before we continue, call back to Turnabout Goodbyes. If you use Missile as one of the pieces of evidence and you show it to Larry, he eats all the samurai dogs.
Yes, very funny. Looks like you guys have some pretty bright dogs in this country, too. Hey, you're a real cutie, aren't you? Yeah, that's a good boy. That's the police dog Gumshoe's been taken care of. I think its name is Missile.
What's a fitting name for a police dog that dashes out into front and attacks?
That action alone isn't exactly what's going to solve this case for us, you know.
Now, Missile, I want you to find some clues. Go!
Uh-oh. What's going on? Oh, what's this?
Good dog. You really are quite bright, aren't you? Unlike a certain someone I know. Now, what do we have here? Was ist das? It looks like a small hot dog, but...
Wait, Franziska, isn't that an official samurai dog?
But what the heck was it doing in the fireplace?
I think he was trying to warm it up.
Somebody was trying to warm it up, but who? Anyway.
9! Bad Missile! He ate it. I wonder if it's alright for him to eat that.
It's just a meat substance snack featuring a steel samurai. I'm sure he'll be fine.
So it's quite a bit of information you catch there in a single quick glance.
We should really be focused on why there was a samurai dog there in the first place.
It looks like that snack wasn't all Missile found.
Oh? And what do we have here?
It appears to be a lady's undershirt. I wonder if Ambassador Alba might have an interest in cross-dressing.
What? I don't know.
I somehow doubt that. It doesn't look like the shirt would even fit him. A samurai dog in a lady's undershirt. What are these two items doing in a room like this?
Indeed.
Given the circumstances, the lady's undershirt could only belong to one person. I suppose I should get this over with and ask the owner of said undershirt about it.
Oh boy.
Ladies' undershirt data jotted down on my organizer, found in office fireplace. There's only one person here who would own such a shirt.
That's old bags.
Yeah, but let's go to Larry and present that letter. Present letter. Larry, I wonder if you might know what this is. Nope, not a clue. You didn't even look at it. Nah, that's because the only thing I can see right now is the form of my lovely Francie.
Oh, in that case,
Whippity whip trip! This is a trip I'm willing. Now this is a trip I'm willing to endorse, especially if we can finally get some peace here. Okay, so that's not gonna work.
I guess not.
No, go to Wendy and show him that shirt. If you could please take a look at this brown-colored undershirt. Oh, Edgy Poo, what is the meaning of this? Why did you steal that thing from my bags? All you had to do was ask, and I would have gladly given you as many as you'd like. Thanks, but no thanks. This shirt was found here at this crime scene. What? Come now. Why don't you just confess and explain what it's doing here? I know nothing, I tell you. What? Oh, I admit that I used the fireplace to dry that shirt, but I can't really help the fact that I had to, you know. Wearing that pink princess costume was like being in a sauna. And on top of that, I get figured as a suspect. You're too cruel, Edgy Poo. Are you claiming that you never once set foot inside this room?
Bullshit.
Of course I am. If I had been the one to find a body, do you think I'd be as calm and relaxed as I am? I tell you, it's always like this. It's always my fault. Back to history. I tell you, it's always like this. It's always my fault it's always my fault for some reason or another. That weekly tabloid article is missing. The camera's missing. That lawyer always makes sure if it's my fault. If they're missing, speaking of missing, there's a matter of my husband. Can you believe when we got married, he said, I guess I'm stuck marrying with you. What kind of way to propose is that? What he should have done is he should have whispered to me, I don't deserve you, but I can't help it. Will you marry me? Honestly, men these days. Well, I don't believe she is lying about her actions. So I can safely assume she really was drying her shirt by the fireplace on her break. And somehow the undershirt managed to move from the next room into this one.
How did it get here?
I assume the samurai dog was also yours. That brilliant mind of yours. You really can't see through everything about me. And so the feeling of dread continues. But I suppose I should ask for more details. Let's talk to her then. Samurai dogs. That samurai dog was yours, wasn't it? Oh, of course I'm forever yours, my wedgie poo. Hold it. If you could just stick to what I asked you. Edgy, are you in this old bag? No. You really don't change, do you? Where will you learn how to take a joke? Anyway, that samurai dog wasn't mine. Those things are a present from the studio to the embassy.
A present?
Studio bigwigs basically told us to play delivery boys. We were supposed to hand the dogs out to the embassy people and tell them hi. I had to pile them all into the push cart just to move them all. The studio guy should have delivered those things by themselves. Right, Edgy? So, did you deliver the samurai dogs to the embassy staff as per your instructions? Hey, Edgy, don't just ignore me and my question. Aren't you gonna stick up for me? How about that? See, after the show, I went to rest a spell in the dressing room because of my bad hip, you know. And there they were, the samurai dogs, just sitting on the dressing room floor.
I suppose you had to make preparations for this. I suppose you had to make preparations for distributing them after the show?
Well, by preparation, you mean sampling them as well? Excuse me? Oh, I tried one and thought they were actually quite good. Sorry, but I just had to find out. I know it's silly of me to think this, but I figured that since they're for a kid's show, their taste was probably for kids too. But they were so good that I couldn't stop. Before I went back to my room, I just had to help myself to half a dozen or so boxes.
Holy shit.
As I sat there by the roaring fire, warming them and eating them, I thought, oh, this is... What is it now? Oh, I know. I bet you want a box too, don't you, my Edgy Poo? Well, who am I to say no to you? But I'll only give you one. The rest are all for me. Samurai dogs forced onto me. Present for embassy staff. Ms. Oldbag took and ate a few from the dressing room.
Looks like the lesson for today is that when the Steel Samurai and the Pink Princess take off their masks, they transform into a pair of annoying troublemakers.
Okay, now
So,
connect the dots.
Yes. So first of all, smoke from the chimney used the fireplace.
There is no trace of this room's fireplace being used.
And your point is?
Smoke was supposedly pouring out of the chimney connected to this fireplace. At least according to Larry. This is a contradiction of facts, is it not?
Are you sure he wasn't just disoriented or something up on that roof?
There is testimony from an investigator that puts Larry at this particular chimney. So no, I don't think it was a mistaken impression on Larry's part. On the other hand, the fireplace in the next room was being used at the time. Where do you suppose the smoke from that fireplace went?
Ah, I see. So what you're proposing is this. The smoke that came out of the chimney was actually from Miss Oldbag's fire. So basically, the fireplaces of neighboring homes share one chimney. Is that what you're implying?
Oh, interesting.
Precisely. Yeah, undershirt from next door, shared chimney. Try that. Aha! The lady's undershirt that Missile found.
Yeah. Ugh. Why are you getting all excited over holding onto a lady's undergarment?
He wasn't.
Miles Edgeworth, you uncouth sea slug! If you know the unupset undershirt, then hurry up and return to her already!
You have it all wrong. This is evidence. And the owner of this piece of evidence was in the room next door. And yet, despite that, Missile found it in the fireplace of this room. This lady's undershirt.
Are you seriously claiming that it somehow passed through a solid brick wall?
Not quite. The fireplace in this room is connected to a chimney. The other fireplace in the other room is also connected to the same chimney, leading us to the possibility that the two fireplaces are connected to each other.
Perhaps a closer look at the back of the fireplace is in order.
All right, let's see.
There's a button there.
There is an X on the back wall of the fireplace. Let's see if I can't get a better look at it.
Oh.
Fatina!
The wall separating this room's fireplace from the next room's fireplace apparently turns. As I suspected, this fireplace does indeed connect this room to the neighboring room.
The neighboring room?
There appears to be nothing particular about the next room. But the fact that there is nothing special about the next room isn't what's important. It's the fact that there is a secret passageway through this room's fireplace. Ambassador Alba's office fireplace connected to the neighboring room's fireplace.
So that's how the killer might have gotten out.
We now know that the fireplace connects the two rooms. But how exactly is that significant? You aren't going to suddenly name the old lady as the Masked 2's killer now, are you?
No, she couldn't move at all because of her stiff hip. So she could not have been the one. Unfortunately, I believe that this fireplace has nothing whatsoever to do with the Masked 2's murder.
Investigation complete.
Refill.
But it is important somehow.
It would appear that the answer has made itself known.
You're making quite a confident face there, Mr. Prosecutor. Bring it on. I'm ready to counter any argument you may have.
Very well then, if you are prepared, I'll show you exactly where my deductions have led me. Good. I'm counting on you, Edgy. Leave it to me, Larry. My first attack will be to expose your lie for what it really is. My lie? I know that there is still something you are keeping from the rest of us. What's wrong with you? Why is it you won't believe me no matter what I say, Edgy? Curse you! I should just hurry up and die already if that's how it's gonna be. I'll confess to every murder in the whole world and then kill myself and throw everything into mass confusion.
You made some wonderful friends as a child, I see.
Larry, I only have one thing to say to you. Even if you make that face at me, it's no use. A man who is ready to die is strong-willed, you know. Larry, it doesn't matter what sort of harebrained trouble you've caused. I only ask that you do not lie to me. If you cause an innocent person to be judged unfairly because of some insipid lie, I will never forgive you. Edgy. Although, allow me to say that I consider you to be among the innocent in this case, and that I will draw the real killer out. You can trust me on this. All right, this time, I'll tell you the whole truth, okay? What happened, what didn't happen, the works. Just what happened will do. Now then, if you would please testify as to what you did up on the roof tonight. Here we go. Up on the rooftop.
Up on the rooftop, click, click, click.
After the show, I left the pushcart in the rose garden and came into the embassy. Then they took a picture of me shaking hands with the ambassador. After that, and until my next appearance, I had some free time, so I wandered around. That's when I spotted the chimney. A chimney like that is a rare thing, you know. So then, I wanted to play Santa and decided to give it a try. Larry, I thought I just finished telling you to not lie anymore. But it's kinda ultra embarrassing. And what exactly is so ultra embarrassing that you can't tell me? Edgy, man. I just said it was embarrassing, so of course I can't just blurt it out. So you're just gonna have to reason out of me.
As your superior, I command you to hurry up and expose this man's lie.
I have every intention to, for I am not about to let us waste time on such a trifling matter.
So what is it, I wonder? It's probably got something to do with the connecting fireplaces.
After the show, I left the pushcart in the rose garden and came to the embassy. Then they took a picture of me shaking hands with the ambassador. After that, and until my next appearance, I had some free time, so I wandered around.
I think that might be where it's... No.
That's when I spotted the chimney. A chimney like that is a rare thing, you know.
How does he know that?
So then I wanted to play Santa and decided to give it a try.
Bullshit.
Hold it! You suddenly wanted to play Santa? Oh, well, actually, I dressed up as Santa once before already. That was down at Gourd Lake. I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't dredge up such unnecessary memories for me.
Sounds like you guys share a lot of history. A perk to being childhood friends, huh? Besides, it's not a felony to dress up and play Santa, you know. Santa doesn't go around killing people after he comes down a family's chimney, after all.
Actually, is it worth delving into whether or not playing Santa is a big deal?
I would raise an objection.
Actually, I believe in the case of this man, playing Santa is actually quite a big deal.
Are you saying that your buddy isn't exactly made of Santa quality stuff?
Precisely. You hit the nail on the head, Agent Lang. Hey, Edgy, that's so incredibly mean. Tell me something, Larry. Did you know that Santa's job is to deliver presents to people all over the world?
Oh, but he never delivered his presents on the cart.
Of course I know that. I did graduate from junior high, you know. In that case, it's your turn to tell me something. I want you to tell me to whom you were delivering a present to. I was delivering a present to a child not basking in the warm glow of love. Objection! That must be the most elegant description of you I've ever heard, but a lie is still a lie. You sure know how to kick a guy when he's down, you know that? In any case, The person you wish to deliver a present unto was most certainly this.
So it was probably Wendy, but it's either him or her.
Take that!
Yep.
Take that.
Interesting tastes you have there, Mr. Suspect.
Just don't spread lies about me. I totally didn't want to see Ms. Olbeck so much that I tried to go down the chimney. Ow!
I advise you to stop right there in your bashing of a lady.
Well, I must admit that I myself hardly ever have the want to run to that lady. However, what if you were misinformed and under the wrong impression? Then what?
Define wrong impression.
I simply mean that the man before you thought to enter the old lady's room without knowing one very important fact. And that fact is best summed up with this.
It's either the undershirt or
The letter?
the letter. Yeah, it's the letter. Oh, the stand-in request. Yep.
This is something the old lady received from her employer for the night. The girl who normally plays the Pink Princess, Mindy. Mindy, was it again? It seems that this man is quite taken with that actress. Hold it! But that's not true, Edgy. Huh? She's the one with the hots for me. I just know it.
Oh, God.
I can feel her sexy beam pierce my heart when she's watching me. Sexy beam, I tell you!
You filthy, despicable, inconsiderate, fickle, idiotic, cowardly apparition of a man! You haven't matured at all since we last met.
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor.
Yes?
This guy. He's got bigger problems than just getting involved in murders, I take it.
I suppose you could put it that way. Hey, what the heck, man? I don't get you guys at all. Why do you all have to make me out to be some sort of bad guy? To return to the original topic, I propose that at least this much has been made clear. Without any knowledge that Miss Mindy had fallen ill, Larry tried to make his way into the Pink Princess's room. That much we know for sure. Hold it! Hey, Edgy. Looks like I got the hang of this court thing now. But we're not in court at the moment. Shut up! I see what's going on here, and it looks just like what you do in court.
I guess old boy here still has something he'd like to say. Lang Shi says, until the root of the tongue dries, one never knows the whole truth. You shouldn't form conclusions until everything is out in the open, which is why I'll listen.
All right, then get ready to listen to me defeat Edgy in a battle of wits. Larry, have you forgotten that should I lose, your victory prize will be your arrest?
He's too dumb for that.
Larry's assertion. So you think that all I wanted to do was to go visit Mindy? Well, I dressed up as Santa and climbed up to the chimney, but the smoke was really thick. It was a case of mistaken identity, and that mistake made me late for the speech. Then, to top it all off, I became a suspect in a murder. That's what you really meant. But why would I ever put myself through so much humiliation on purpose?
He's got a point there.
Hey, someone say something. Larry, are you seriously trying to submit this, not as a confession, but as testimony? So what if I am? Is there something wrong with that? My claim is a claim, claiming my claim. Do you have a problem with that? So what you? You're my stalker. When I should warn you, it doesn't matter what kind of flattery you throw at me. I'm the devoted type of woman who's only focused on one man only, as long as he was lying. We just drop him and be unfaithful. No, I can't. Although, I'm so inspired.
Okay, let's do this again.
But I should warn you, it doesn't matter what kind of flattery you throw at me. I'm the devoted type of woman who's wholly focused on one man and one man only. And as long as Edgy Poo is alive, I can't just drop him and be unfaithful. No, I can't. Although earlier I was tempted just a tiny whiny bit by that wolf man, but that was just a test of my love for my dear Edgy Poo, which I passed with flying colors. But from now on, I will stay completely true to my beloved Edgy Poo for the rest of eternity. I swear it. Oh, I'm so inspired.
You're such an inconsiderate, cowardly, idiotic, and all-around completely worthless man.
I thought I heard something ominous just now, but perhaps it was just my imagination. I believe there's nothing further for me to prove at this point. What do you mean? Of course you've still got something to prove. You still have to show some proof that I was trying to meet up with Mindy. Proof, you say? Remember, Edgy? Everything is evidence in court, right?
It's the other way around. Dumbass.
You mean evidence is everything in court, Larry, but I understand your point. Yeah, see? I'm totally a pro at this now. Very well. If you wish to see the evidence, then let me show you the last piece of evidence you'll ever wish to see. Okay, Larry's assertion. So you think that all I wanted to do was to go visit Mindy, to present her with that, go back to that statement and present her with that letter.
Okay, I did.
Objection!
Maybe any one of those statements.
Yeah, in 1 or 5. Larry, don't even think about denying that you have knowledge of this letter. Hey! Why are you showing that thing to me?
Fendi, I'll be descending on you from above tonight, your loving knight. Well, isn't that just romantic?
But you weren't able to descend on her from above, were you, Mr. Loving Knight? Ugh! I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't remember a thing. Objection! You can pretend to be ignorant all you'd like, but it's written right here. This letter proves that you were not out to meet the old lady, but rather that you were attempting to pay Miss Mindy a visit. What part of this letter
Shows it.
Take that. Larry, I suggest you take up penmanship lessons. That is, if you never wish to experience this level of embarrassment ever again. What the heck? What are you talking about? Speak English. You wrote Mindy so sloppily that it became Wendy to the average eye. Hey, stop picking on me. It's so embarrassing.
There. Isn't that what childhood friends are for? They're the best, aren't they? For punching. But that'll have to wait until we're off of this crime scene.
Edgy, save me from the scary man. Sure, if you're willing to make amends, starting with your incredibly embarrassing mistake. That wasn't me. Come again? It's a fake. Someone's out to get me, so they made that fake letter.
Stop it.
To set me up.
Accept your defeat graciously.
But you guys are being so mean. Hold it. Penmanship analysis. What's that? No matter who, all people have certain unique features to their handwriting. Ergo, all we have to do is compare the handwriting in this letter to a sample of yours. And we'll know soon enough who it was that sent this letter. I'll never write another thing in my life. Hold it. It's no use, Mr. Loving Knight, for you've already graciously provided me with the sample of your handwriting.
Take that!
This autograph and our mysterious letter. If we compare the handwriting, we'll know the answer to our questions soon enough. Confess now. Confess now, Larry, to your miserable failure. I'm sorry. I did it. It was me causing trouble again. I admit it. You hit the nail right on the head, Edgy.
So he finally confesses.
I saw the pink princess being carried around in the stretcher and got worried, all right? I wanted to go into Minnie's room, but the doctors wouldn't let me in. So what choice did I have? It was a chimney or bust, Edgy.
Your mind jumped from the door to the chimney? What a criminally overreactive imagination.
Well, at least I was honest and wrote Mindy a letter and stuck it under the door. That way she wouldn't be so shocked when I came down through the chimney.
Except for the fact that the letter was an utter failure at conveying said sentiment.
I'm really, really sorry.
Larry, you may be a shameful good-for-nothing blight on the face of humanity. However, I always knew you weren't the killer. I told you to trust me, because at the very least, I can attest to that about you.
Edgy, you're...
Ah! We've lost a lot of valuable time because of you. Yeah.
Oh!
In any case, I believe we can say that we now know exactly what happened. Mr. Larry was sought to climb down the chimney, not for access to the crime scene, but to enter the room of the elderly lady next door.
Hold it!
Hold it. Great job, Mr. Prosecutor. Although I still find it a bit unbelievable that the two of you are friends. But the suspicion on that guy over there isn't completely resolved yet, so don't get any funny ideas about running off, okay?
Oh, hey, what? Edgy, what does the Wolfman mean when he says, I'm not off the hook yet?
He means the murder weapon. Larry, did you forget? There are 2 layers of suspicion hanging over your head.
That's exactly what I mean. We can't only rely on the words of the suspect after all. We may have figured out where he was and what he was doing all night, but the blood-stained samurai sword that was left at the crime scene, as long as there was no satisfactory explanation for that, this wolf will refuse to ease up on his bite.
Edgy, that guy, he looks like he's seriously about to take a bite out of me.
I'm well aware, and you should be as well, that this upcoming battle will be crucial.
Thanks to the cooperation of our lovely bumbler, I've been dealt a very nice hand and a sweet trump card. Looks like we're about to enter the final bout. Now, Mr. Prosecutor, let's see what you've got.
I can easily point out the contradiction in the supposed murder weapon. But the real problem for me is figuring out what the real murder weapon is.
This will be a high-stakes gamble. But this is one game I cannot afford to lose. All right, here we go.
Why Larry? I was the one who found the body of the victim, Damask II. Beside him was the samurai sword, glittering red and offering up the scent of blood. It was supposed to be in the Steel Samurai's dressing room, but I found it here instead. Plus, I found the murder weapon's owner, the suspect, Larry Butts, in here too. All right.
Isn't it a bit far-fetched to accuse someone simply on the basis of ownership?
But this owner wanted to sneak onto the crime scene. I think that's plenty to go on, don't you?
Hold it! If you're alluding to his reason for being by the chimney, we've already established that.
Not so fast. Hold on there, Mr. Prosecutor. You two are longtime friends, right? Who's to say you didn't fabricate the evidence to give him an alibi?
You're accusing me of fabricating evidence?
You think I can believe anything you produce? Forging evidence is all you prosecutors do.
This man has some serious issues with prosecutors.
But come on. I can't think of something as complicated as that, right, Edgy? Larry, I can agree because I know you and your personality well. However, Agent Lang knows nothing about you. Or me, for that matter.
I sense his hatred for my entire profession emanating from his entire being. Meaning that the only way I can prove Larry's innocence is to present irrefutable evidence.
Okay, hit him with it. Time for rebuttal. Why Larry?
So, I was the one who found the body of the victim, Damask II. Beside him was a samurai sword, glittering red and offering the scent of blood. It was supposed to be in the Steel Samurai's dressing room, but I found it here instead. Plus, I found the murder weapon's owner, the suspect, Larry Butts, in here too. So let me see. The thing that I want to present is, okay, what it's thought to be what was killed him. Something about the fact that the man was hit with a blunt object, and we don't have the real murder weapon, so... Okay, so story mode, what you got for us? Okay, beside him was samurai sword, glittering red, and offering up the scent of blood. Hold it!
Hold it. Excuse me, but glittering red and offering up the scent of blood?
Do I have to spell it out for you? I mean the sight and smell of blood, of course. And according to the tests, the blood on the sword belongs to the victim. The sword was made to only be used on stage, so it's not sharp. But it is pretty weighty. It's certainly heavy enough to beat someone to death with. Well, there goes that theory. Which leads me to suspect that the victim was beaten to death with the sword.
Beaten to death, huh?
This last statement is too important to just let it slip by.
Beside him was the samurai sword covered in the victim's blood. I suspect he beat the victim to death with that thing. So we're probably gonna either present, yeah, we're definitely gonna present something. But what?
The spear. Objection!
Right, because Larry couldn't have used it.
Do you know what this is, Agent Lang?
It's a long spear, right? We used to use those a lot in my country a long time ago. Piercing, mowing people down. Spears are the weapons of heroes throughout history.
It's the next most effective weapon after the whip.
I think the whip is in a slightly different category.
So what's your point? Are you gonna tell me that the spear is the real weapon?
No. I simply want you to take a look at this section here.
The way it's bent?
Precisely. Apparently, a certain troublemaker hit it against a wall in this embassy earlier. And as you can clearly see, the insides of the Steel Samurai's weapons are hollow.
Oh, so the sword's hollow too. So there's no way he could have been beaten to death with it.
Right. In other words, they're replicas that aren't strong enough to deliver a damaging blow, let alone the multiple strikes necessary to bludgeon someone to death. And yet, there is not even a dent in the samurai sword. How do you explain that? Oh yeah, the sword and the spear are made of the same stuff, so they bend easily. But I wish they'd make them out of better stuff, because the spear got bent. Because the spear got bent, I wasn't able to do my special early summer rain jab move. Man, I got such an earful from the director of the play for not doing it in a show.
The Steel Samurai special move was changed tonight because of him?
Samurai spear data updated in my organizer. Because he bent it, Larry couldn't do the early summer rain jab special attack.
How is that gonna be important?
Ouch!
That's more than enough of your whiny whimpering. Now, back on the topic of the spear.
Yes, let's return to the real topic of discussion.
This is where the real gamble begins. I don't have a real strategy per se. So all I can do for now is let the chips fall where they may.
Using guesswork and taking risks in place of real logic is hardly the Von Karma way. It's neither smart nor very clever.
Ms. Von Karma, as you know, unlike your father, I am not a genius prosecutor. Plus, I doubt his record of a 40-year win streak will ever be broken.
Until he meets Phoenix Wright.
But perhaps it is for the best if it remains unbroken. For no one should have conceived of the notion to convict all defendants in the first place.
Einspruch! What a foolish statement from a foolish fool who hates to lose. It's the job of a prosecutor to make sure that all defendants are found guilty in court. There is nothing more important in this world than a perfect victory.
Hold it. That may be your opinion, however. However, I don't believe that's all we are. As a prosecutor, what I pursue is not the perfect victory, but the perfect truth. And if that means that the bridge I must cross will crumble beneath my feet, then let it crumble as I walk on towards the truth.
Not so fast. You're good at keeping me entertained, Mr. Prosecutor. But you know, humans are delicate creatures. The slightest bump, and we expire. I'd like you to consider, if you will, the possibility that the sword was used in such a way that the attack killed Damask II without bending it. So what do you think of my hypothetical scenario? I think you know what to do here, right? And what you need.
Of course. What I need is evidence even he can't refute. This is it. It's time to bring this to a close.
All right, here we go. Why Larry Part 2.
It's possible to use the samurai sword to kill someone, and under these circumstances, it's the only logical conclusion. We searched the embassy top to bottom, but the victim's blood is only on that weapon. So isn't it only natural that suspicion would fall onto the owner of said weapon?
How long do you intend to cling on to that preposterous theory?
As long as I want, because we examined every corner within the walls of this embassy. There's no stone we've left unturned, and we have managed to come up with only one logical conclusion, that the only place inside this embassy with the victim's blood on it is this sword.
Hold it. You left no stone unturned. Is that a fact?
Not so fast. If you got something to say, then say it in the only way I respect, Mr. Prosecutor.
Yes, of course. In that case, allow me to make it all crystal clear for you.
Maybe he was
All
hit
right.
with the statue?
He probably was. Story mode.
It's possible to use a samurai sword to kill someone. And under these circumstances, it's the only logical conclusion. We searched the embassy top to bottom, but the victim's blood is only on that weapon.
Hold it. The only place where he could find blood was on the samurai sword?
That's right, even with luminol, which means that there are no other possibilities outside of what I've already outlined.
Do I have a problem with Agent Lang's assertion that the samurai sword is the weapon?
Raise an objection, and I think I know what the problem is.
It's a blunt object.
It's a blunt object, I know.
If you believe that there is no other door of possibility left to open, then allow me to force one open for you.
Not so fast. Huh. And how do you plan to do that?
By showing you what may possibly be the real murder weapon.
Not so fast. Huh. The real murder weapon? I hate to repeat myself, but my men have already searched every last inch of this embassy, and they've concluded that nothing else could have been used as the weapon. Knowing these facts, do you still want to press forward with your little hypothesis?
Of course. Because it's not possible that your men inspected everything in their investigation.
Not so fast. What are you talking about? I don't appreciate mind games, and I don't appreciate it when people like you slander my men.
Hold it. I'm not slandering them, I assure you. I'm merely pointing out that their investigative dragnet has a few holes in it. Namely, that there is something your men couldn't even lay a finger on. And that item is the real murder weapon.
All right then, I'll play along for now. This real weapon that killed Damascus II, what exactly is it?
The real murder weapon, which not a single person has yet to touch, is this, the Prima
not
Duck
that-
statue. Take that! The national treasure of Alabast.
Hold it. You mean the Primaduck statue?
Yes, and as you know, only the ambassador and his secretariat may touch it. Which I believe means that neither you nor your men were able to examine it, correct?
Not so fast. You know very well that if we did that, there'd be an international incident between the Kingdom of Alabast and the Republic of Bahbal. The two countries' precarious relationship teeters in the balance over a stupid fight related to a sovereignty statue. But I'll be damned if I let something go unexamined.
Hold it! Agent Lang, if you could take a look at this. The direction the statue is facing just before and after the crime are different. And there is only one conclusion I could draw from that.
Go look for Ambassador Alba and get him to give us the okay to examine the statue. Shifu, you can't listen to this infidel's words. He is most definitely trying to trick you. Shifu, please, let's be rational about this. Long Z says, just go already. Yes, sir. Shifu. Yeah? I'm really sorry, sir, but I was unable to convince the ambassador. I was unable to obtain permission for us to examine the primitive statue. Huh. I see.
Fate. But since the investigation is at a standstill, Agent Lang, I will go and speak with the ambassador personally.
Save your breath. He may act all weak and frail, but that old man's one tough cookie. And I guess you gotta be tough when you're representing a whole country, you know.
Agent Lang,
What do you want? Let's just hurry up and examine the statue already. But Shifu, what about causing an international incident? Quiet. I'll take the fall if I have to later.
hold it! Agent Lang, the hypothesis is mine, so if someone is to take the responsibility, let it be me.
Responsibility? If we're gonna talk in such heavy terms, maybe I should let you. It'd be a real problem for my men if something were to happen to me. All right then, less talk and more investigating.
If we want to know the truth, we can't stop here. Action must be taken.
Agent Lang, I like to run a luminol chemiluminescence test on the statue.
Chemiluminescence test.
I like to run a luminol chemiluminescence test on the statue.
A luminol test? Ah, good thinking. The statue is the murder weapon, and some of the victim's blood should be on it. Okay, let's get the forensics team in here. Oh!
Ooh!
Looks like you hit the jackpot, Mr. Prosecutor. I guess this means that this is the real weapon that killed Damascus II.
Indeed.
But I wouldn't celebrate yet if I were you. This doesn't let your friend off the hook. It doesn't prove that he didn't kill Damas II, so the charge remains.
We are hardly done examining this statue, Agent Lang. Knowing that it is the real weapon, I believe further examination is required.
Huh, you think so? Okay then, knock yourself out. Literally. So, alright.
What's this? There's a shield on his back. I wonder if that's supposed to mean that his back is covered.
Long Shi says those with a shield on their back deflect all enemies behind them. It means that he's ready for any blindside attacks that may come his way.
Agent Lang, there's no need to attach overly complex meanings to such a simple thing.
Huh. You didn't seem to get Long Shi's saying, so I was just explaining it to you.
The saying itself is what I was referring to when I said overly complex, you know.
Okay, let's look on the oh, there's a handprint
oh my God,
here.
A handprint.
And what do we have here? This dirty smudge. It looks like a handprint. What's a definitive bit of evidence like you doing under here? Looks like we got some fingerprints to analyze.
Worst case scenario, these prints belong to Larry. But it looks like it's too late for me to do anything about that now.
Hey, forensics guy, I want results on these fingerprints ASAP. You hear me?
Agent Lang, I have the analysis results, sir.
Good. And?
Sir, about the prints we lifted from the bottom of the statue. Well, you know the victim of the murder in the Bahbalese embassy?
Manny Coachen?
Wait a minute.
The prints belong to him, to Mr. Manny Coachen, sir.
But that's... What's going on around here?
No, that's impossible! Each prima duck statue can only be handled by someone of that country. But by the very fact that Mr. Coachen's fingerprints are on this one, it leads me to only one conclusion. This statue is actually Bahbal's prima duck statue.
Impossible! It can't be!
Larry never once set foot on Bahbali soil, so he was free to go. However, this new piece of information only served to confuse us even further. The ringleader of a smuggling operation was killed with an Alabestian knife in Bahbal. And Damas II was killed on Alabestian soil with Bahbal's national treasure. And the mystery of the great thief Yadagarasu, who visited both countries. The pieces were there, but I had yet to see the big picture they were to form.
To be continued. Man, this is getting juicy.
How long has it been?
Just over 2 hours, my friend.
We gotta hit it then.
Yep. But, brother, we are really starting to get some work in on this. I can't wait to see what we have next.
Oh, baby.
Man, saints alive. So, well, I guess there's only one thing left to do here. Tune in on Tuesday next week, because I now want to get to the bottom of this. Regrouping and situation update next week. So, so until next time, kids, I'm the Cannonball Alex Steele.
I am the Package Andrew Steele.
We are the Steele Twins.
And we are for real.
Top
guys out.
Ciao.
Adios.